can steal the meat from the cooking pot. Daddy, I can steal the meat from the cooking pot. Though you saw me close to the kitchen side, remember Sammy was by my side.
Mom, I want to eat, and there's no meat in the cooking pot.
What do you mean there's no meat?
There's no meat!
Call me Sammy!
Yes, Mom.
Sam, who took the meat from my cooking pot?
Meat from cooking. I don't know anything about it.
You must know! Where's my leg?
I think it's in the show.
Fetch him.
Hello?
Hey guy, you need to come home right now.
But I'm in a show right now.
Just shut up, man. Your attention is needed right now.
But I can't. Okay, I'm on my way. I'm coming right
You
away.
better do it.
You better believe me. I'm still the meat from the cooking pot. Better believe me. I'm still the meat. So what's the problem?
Who stole the meat from the cooking pot?
Mommy, I didn't steal the meat from the cooking pot. Daddy, I didn't steal the meat from the cooking pot. Though you saw me close to the kitchen side, remember Sammy was by my side, watching me closely with his eyes. And I'm so surprised, and I've been accused of stealing the meat from the cooking pot. Oh, yeah. You better believe me. You better believe me. I'm still steal the meat from the cooking pot. Better believe me. You better believe me. I'm still steal.
Sammy, what do you have to say for yourself?
I just can't believe that you look at me in the eyes and think that I stole the meat from the cooking pot. Though I was standing by his side, I wasn't watching him, though I suspected him because of the way his eyes were moving. This could lead to a fight if you're not careful, cause I cannot take on the lies that he be telling. When you point one accusing finger on me, just remember that 4 is pointing back at you. Better be careful how you're accusing me, cause someone might do it to you. You better believe me. Please believe me. I didn't steal the meat from the cooking pot. Better believe me. I still oh no, from the cooking pot.
Malik, you said you're not the one.
It wasn't me.
Some you said it wasn't
Oh
you.
no, it wasn't me.
Could it be your daddy that stole my meat from the cooking pot?
Wait it. Now me na wa accuse now. As I lock up since one of the 4 foreign on another like a me Nizibuweto ako. If I tell now 119 or 199 I go report this matter to me. I go tell you now I want to me 419. The last time one I raise me food, no be can down I give me for more can down. Now una they go.
That's right. Who stole the damn meat from the cooking pot? What's going on, family? Welcome to the Tariq Elite Show, right here live on Ustream on this beautiful Sunday night. I am back from French Polynesia. I was over in the lovely, exotic island of Nukuhiva. And that is between Hawaii and Tahiti. I was out there this week, and my internet connection was real janky out there. But it is what it is. I'm back. I'm ready to make it do what it do. Ladies and gentlemen, just getting some texts and stuff out the way. The phone number is 818-850-5404. We're going to take some calls in a moment and everything like that. Now, let me turn my Skype on real quick. Let me turn on my Skype. I hope everybody had a real good weekend this weekend. Hold on one second. Let's see who's up in the chat room. Just move around some things on my screen. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, family. Just getting things together. I rushed down to my office at the house here. So I still got to organize everything while I'm chopping up game. All right, so I'm here. Let me turn up the mic. Can y'all hear me? How's the microphone? How's that sounding? Is my mic cool? No, I got the fresh cut here. No, I wasn't in Hawaii this time. I was in Hawaii a couple of weeks ago. What's up, Harlem Renaissance? How's the sound? Can you guys hear me? I'm good? Okay. Well, brother, you got to turn up the sound on your Acer computer. And don't forget, man, I'm going to be in London chopping up game. The game is going to be real heavy in London. I'm telling y'all, the game is going to be real heavy in London. My videographers, if you're a videographer out there in the London area, email me at info@tariqelite.com. I need somebody to help us videotape the lecture. I'm going to tape some of it, but I want to get different angles. So if you are a videographer out there in London, please hit me up. And there's a young lady who wanted to do some volunteer stuff. Hit me up too, young lady. Email me at info@tariqelite.com. And we can chop up game about that. And also I'm going to be doing another lecture in Chicago. I think that's going to be on the 28th of March. And I'm going to keep you guys posted on that. Yes, indeed. So a lot of stuff we got to talk about. Jay Smooth opening up the lecture. Hilarious. Yeah, Jay Smooth. That's his name, Jay Smooth? Jay Slim. It was Jay Slim, not Jay Smooth. It was Jay Slim, right? I told y'all, Jay Slim, he wiped up some lady. That's why we haven't heard from him. His poems worked. That's why we haven't heard from Jay Slim's ass. Jay Slim, he done got up on somebody. What's up, LPG? I think there's some kind of ad blocker for Ustream. There's an ad blocker you can use for Ustream, I think. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, this is Sean.
What's up, Sean? Where you calling from, Sean?
I'm calling from the great state of Connecticut.
All right, what's on your mind out there in the great state of Connecticut, Sean?
I'm just trying to figure out, how to counteract the system and when they try to monitor you and try to really, follow you.
How to counteract the system when they follow you? But you got to be more specific, brother. You got to be, because you're talking real vague. You got to be more specific, brother.
My bad. What I'm trying to say is that, when you become kind of a prominent figure and they identify you as maybe, like they call agitator,
right?
Like, how do you protect yourself, going forward once you've been tagged and spotted?
Well, that's why even if you're not a so-called agitator, you're still targeted. Hell, Mike Brown wasn't an agitator. Trayvon Martin wasn't an agitator. Tamir Rice wasn't an agitator. Eric Garner wasn't an agitator. So you're going to be targeted either way. So that thing, a lot of black folks have this mentality, if I just kind of lay low and not make no noise and not be an agitator and rock the boat, I'll be safe. And in the system of white supremacy, it's a lottery, dude. And anybody can be called in that white supremacy lottery. So there's no ducking, dodging, hiding, none of that stuff. So we all, the prominent and the people who are not publicly prominent, we all need to get a code of conduct as a way to protect ourselves. That makes sense?
Yeah.
There you go. Thanks for the call, brother. Okay, there you go. This brother, I'm losing my patience with him already. All right. I can tell. With cats like that, I just kind of you got to let shit sink in. Thank you for the people like the Star Wars shirt. But yeah, cats like that, you got to let it seep in a little bit. You dig? You got to let it seep in a little bit. Just a little bit. Man, I don't have any patience. I just kind of like to get to the point. I have zero patience. And that's something that's absolutely true. Somebody in the chat room said, Tariq, you have no patience. Yeah, the boy, man, that's the 100% truth. I don't have any patience because right now we are in a system of white supremacy. We've always been in a system of white supremacy for the last 400 years. And yeah, I saw the video of the cop killing the dude who was running. And my thing is, dude, I'm not trying to sit up here and recruit people. I'm not trying to win them over. I'm not doing none of that, man. If you're not on board, deuces. We waste the Beachbody, that's real talk, man. Black folk, we waste a lot of time just kind of droning on and on and on and never getting to the point. And there was a young lady who sent me an email the other day. She was like, Tariq, I'm dating this guy. And he's kind of on the coon train. He's always talking about, what about black on black crime? He's one of them type of dudes, always talking about we need to pull our pants up, that type. And she's like, I'm kind of worried. I've been dealing with him for about 7 months. And what should I do? I don't agree with his ideology. And sister, if you're listening, I say, if you got somebody like that, it's time for you to leave that relationship. Because the thing is, you're trying to empower yourself. You're trying to empower yourself. And dealing with coons, buck dancing Negroes who are just scared, especially black men. You got so many black men out here who are just scared and punctified, going along with the program, being more submissive than women as far as white supremacy. It's time to just bounce. Don't try to recruit these people. These people, it's like an episode of The Walking Dead. Some of these people have turned. And when certain people have turned, there's nothing you can do to bring them back. You dig? Look at movies and shows like The Walking Dead, man. When they turned into zombies, just think of the zombies as coons. There's no talking, no rationalizing, none of that stuff when it comes to chopping it up with a coon or somebody who wants to get on the coon train. I understand that, strong arm, but still, let me tell you this, strong. You said people are waking up because of Hidden Colors. Let me tell you something, brother. You still got coons out here who, will talk down on Hidden Colors. They can't really debate anything in it. They'll just say, oh, man, that old Hidden Colors stuff. Y'all just stirring up trouble. What about black on black crime? All that melanin talk, man, that's pseudoscience. They're black people who say that. There's a video that came out. There's a white dude, and I should have saved the video, who's breaking down the science of melanin. There's a white dude, old white dude, just breaking down the importance of melanin. In this very rare abstract video, he's a scientist, and he's talking about melanin. He's doing this conference. Let me find the link for you. While I'm talking, I'll try to find that and save it. Now, you got the white people who are, because even in Hidden Colors 2, we talked about how the white supremacists, they study melanin, they study our DNA. We've proven this. We've proven this over and over again, but you still have black folks, if a white person don't tell them something, they just don't believe it. I remember on Twitter, it was a black girl. She said, yeah, I saw Hidden Colors. Yes, it was pretty good, but they were talking about black people in Asia and all that. I don't believe that, though. Now, the only reason she would say that is because a white person has not co-signed that. Nobody white has come out and said that they're black people who were the original people of Asia, and many of them are still there. White people don't come out and say that the original people of Polynesia were black, or jet black people, or Africoid-looking people. So it's hard for coons to even acknowledge that. I just left Polynesia. Y'all saw some of the pictures I put on Instagram. That's why I put pictures up. I post a lot of pictures. I just left Polynesia. I was in Tahiti, which is in the middle of nowhere, right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. There's people over there look like black people walking around Harlem. In Nukuhiva, there's Africoid statues all over the place. That brother, Dr. Molefi Kete Asante, he's deep. I got one of his books. That brother's deep. Dude, there's so many black folks over in Asia. Dude, I've been there. I'm telling you what I've seen with my eyes. We got footage of them. You dig? Well, I'm going to find the Science of Melanin. The Science of Melanin as... Okay, yeah, I think that's the guy's name. Let me find the videos. White dude talking about melanin. Talking about the importance of melanin and how melanin is like a super conductor and it fixes DNA. A white dude. Oh, yeah, the history of Nukuhiva is very deep. The dude who wrote the story Moby Dick, Herman Melville, something like that. He wrote some of his books out there. And one of those tribes over there, one of those villages, kidnapped his ass, but he got away. They should have murked him. They should have got rid of all those white supremacists, because what happened is a lot of people in Nukuhiva, that island, beautiful island, by the way, that island had originally like hundreds of thousands of people there. And when the Europeans came, the white supremacists came and just wiped people out, man, with diseases and war and just the whole shebang. And it's like they damn near made that whole population extinct. And right now it's only a couple of thousand people there. Well, let me find that where that dude was talking about melanin. So it's sad that it takes somebody from the dominant society to say something to make folks believe it. Just like, well, y'all know, for the longest, I was talking about
melanin's role.
Hold on one second.
In fact,
For the longest, I was talking about that street harassment and the racist intent behind the street harassment nonsense. That street harassment propaganda they were putting out. I was talking about that for the longest, telling people the racism that's behind that. And nobody started really taking heed to it until white people started saying, hey, this street harassment thing is getting kind of racist. It took them to start calling the racism out for black folks to say, hey, man, this is kind of racist. You dig? Geeky Goon, now you're trolling. And you trolled on my page before, Geeky Goon. You're just trolling for attention, and that's another thing, man. Attention whoring black men. That's that whole thing where being under the system of white supremacy, that's something that has made you and other niggas like you attention whores. Black dudes sit up and want to be seen. And you think that's some shit to be, that's something to pop your collar to. You just want to be seen, just for the sake of being seen, which is what plantation niggas used to do. You knew you didn't want to get off the plantation, just being seen by everybody, buck dancing, playing the fiddle on your Chicken George shit. That was good enough for you. And that's how it is with a lot of niggas now. Just being seen, just somebody looking at you for more than 5 seconds, just acknowledging you. You dig? That's good enough for you. And as a matter of fact, Geeky Goon, I'm just going to ban you out the room. Let's get his goofy ass out of here. Yeah, I heard about that. The dude out in San Diego was getting charged for making a rap song. But what it really is, y'all got to understand the laws and how these laws are working. And that's the same thing they got Bobby Smurda on. What they're doing, y'all got to understand how white supremacy works. See, y'all want to talk about everything besides white supremacy. Well, let me unban Geeky Goon because I want to make an example. I want to show an example because when cats say, let's not talk about white supremacy. Hold on, Geeky Goon. I block you, but I'm going to unblock you because I want to ask you something. Geeky Goon, hold on. Can I unblock your dumb ass? Hold on. I don't know if I could unblock you, brother. Hold on. I don't think I can unblock you, brother. So you just ass out. But I wanted to ask something. I wanted to ask, because I've always wanted to ask a coon something. Any other coons in here? Oh, just call up Geeky Goon. Because I ban you out the room and I can't unban you. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, this is Mark from Hamilton, Ontario.
Hey, what's up, Mark? What's on your mind?
Hey, not too much. I basically just want to ask you a question about basically what's your view on East Indians and Arabs and stuff like that buddying up with black folks? Because I kind of feel like as far as allies go or whatever you want to call it, we kind of have some weathercast friends and they're not really down for our cause.
When have they buddied up with? When have they buddied up with us?
What's that?
When have they buddied up with us? I must have missed something. When did this happen?
I just feel like sometimes they're the closest ones to us, especially in Canada. You know, as far as immigrants go, or us being so-called minorities, because it's not just black folk anymore. It's an all-inclusive term.
But when have they? I'm gonna ask you again because you got real quiet. Because that wasn't a trick question. When have Arabs and East Indians ever said we're going to buddy up with black folks? When?
I guess they never have said that.
All right, there we go. Now, let me say this. Black people are going to have to stop using the term minority because that has been a trick word that has tricked us for the last 45 years. The minority is a trick word. We are running around talking about we fighting for minorities. We fighting for minorities. Black, brown brothers, our Asian brothers. It's always black people campaigning for other groups, but none of these groups say one thing to represent us or to include us in anything they have going on. Not one of them. This is just history. None of them.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to treat, like Claude Anderson said, we're just going to have to treat people the same way they treat us. If they're going to look out for their own, we need to look out for our own. Eastern Indian.
And I think you're exactly right when you make that point, because sometimes even, when it comes to the groups that I listed, sometimes they even talk a little bit more greasier to my people than white folks talk to us.
Absolutely, because what they're trying to do is assimilate into the white culture, into white society. That's why many East Indians and many Arabs are legally classified as white. And if you talk to them long enough and they stay here long enough, they get some of the same views about black people as the other white supremacists. So that's a trick. We keep talking that minority bullshit. Ain't no minority. That's a trick word. We got to start saying, hey, what are you going to do for black folks? What are black people going to do? What's going to be done about black people? Let's stop using that minority word. I take it a step further. I say melanoid people because I'm talking about all people of African descent here in the Caribbean, or in the Caribbean, in the U.S., in South America. I'm talking about all people of African descent. But minority, stop using that word, because other people come over here and they compete with you. And we're up here thinking that we got some kind of ally, and they are running circles around us economically and blowing our heads off in their stores that they come set up in our neighborhoods. But we talking about that's our brother, and they're talking to us through a bulletproof glass. You dig?
Yeah, man. I appreciate it a lot.
Thank you for the call, brother. Yeah, we ain't got no allies over here. When people come over here, they ain't coming over here as to be our allies. Now, we can get international allies. That's what I do. I go around the world chopping up game with brothers and sisters and all types of exotic places, because we do need international allies. That's a problem. We don't travel enough. And when I go places, a lot of times, people, they've never seen an English-speaking American black person in real life before. So we're going to have to start getting a code of conduct. This Shy D. This ain't the real Shy D, because I know the real Shy D from Atlanta. This ain't the real Shy D. Was that Shy D for real? Because I can ask some questions to see if that's the real Shy D. But we're going to talk about a lot of stuff tonight. All right, Shy D, who introduced me to you, Shy D? Let's see if this is you. Who introduced me to you, Shy D? What's the dude's name? It was one dude who introduced me to you. What's his name? If that's the real Shy D, then I know it's you. We can get this straight right now. Where you at? It's gangster trivia. Look, oh, that is him. What's up, Shy D? It is him. All right. What's up, MC Shy D? That's him. What's up, Shy D? Yeah, that's him. Man, what's going on with you, player? Oh, Shy D is a legend, man. Shy D is a legend back, man. Atlanta, the Southern hip hop, man. Shy D is a legend. Man, you still in Atlanta, Shy? Y'all go look up, go to YouTube and check out MC Shy D's joints. I'm gonna play some of Shy D's joints, man. Shy D had some hot joints back in the day, man. Man. Shy D was one of the first dudes, the first hip-hop artist to come out of Atlanta nationally. So Shy D, man, he put Atlanta hip-hop on the map. Yeah, Shy D put Atlanta hip-hop on the map big time. Man. Hold on, let me find some Shy D records. Yeah, I ain't seen Shy D. I ain't seen you, man, since the fucking mid-90s, dude. Hold on, this is one of those old Shy D joints. Hold on.
Come on, girl. Niggas on. Yo, that's what you did.
That's that Shy D right there. That's that Shy D right there. You been listening for a while? That's what's up, man. You still on, yeah, call up Shy D. Let me have Shy D call up and chop up game, man. Let me have Shy D call up. Hold on, where's my real Shy D joint? Hold on. Shy D, call up, man. The number is 818-850-5404. Where's that? Gotta be tough. That was my shit right there. Hold on 1 second.
Yo, cut. This is staff number 3.
Tell you right now, and I gotta be tough.
That's that jam right there. That's that jam right there. That's the jam right there. The number is 818-850-5404. Let me Shy D. Any MC. Oh, that was the hit back then, man. Hold on, let me see who's on the phone. What's up? Who's calling? What's up? Who's calling? All right, niggas, y'all gotta speak when you get on the goddamn phone. What's up? Who's calling?
Oh, what's good, K-Flex?
What's up, man? Who's this?
This AK from DC.
AK, how you doing? What's going on in DC, AK?
Not much. Just school started up for me. So
what school you in? What grade you in? You in high school, college? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm in college. I'm at Howard University.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What do you major in?
You got the honeys out here, man. I'm trying to be a doctor.
You're trying to do what?
A doctor.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know what y'all talking about tonight, but I had a relationship question to ask you.
Go ahead.
Okay, so recently I met this girl. She actually knows who you are, and I found that out last minute. So basically, I was, chilling with her. We was talking, and come to find out, it was a female Mac, and it kind of put me off my game because I, how to get at her on some, sexual vibe type of thing. She was just too intelligent, so to speak.
Yeah, she was up on game, so you couldn't really run nothing. Yeah, right.
Exactly. And she was telling me about your work, and I kind of acted like I didn't know who you were, and I felt bad about that. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga denied knowing my ass, trying to get you a dirty Mac.
I was trying to play it off.
Who, Tariq? Who the hell that is?
I was trying to play it off, but I don't know. Now I'm trying to get back on with her, but.
So what she look like? What does she look like?
Like about 120 pounds,
okay.
About 5'9".
4'9". You got your little midget chick? She's a little bitty old something, huh?
Yeah. She's short. I'm a little taller myself. I'm like 5'9".
Okay. You got your little bitty old chick. Okay.
Yeah. She was feeling me from the start, but it's when she started talking that I don't like Tariq, he's sexist. I'm like, nah, man. Like, he seemed like a cool dude. I didn't want to say I know him like that, So,
so my name just randomly came up?
Oh, no. She was talking about Hidden Colors.
Okay.
And, she was like, yeah, he's this guy named Tariq, and she started going into details about what you do.
Yeah.
And, I'm just like, look, I'm just trying to hit. I don't really want no extra talk. And
yeah.
She just started putting me on game, and I was like, look, I don't want to hear this. Let's talk about fucking,
Yeah.
So,
hilarious. Like, and you just keep your mouth shut and go ahead and hit it, And since she was talking greasy, you dig, sometimes you might have to charge motherfuckers like that to the game if they just kind of want to sit around and just let you hear them yapping nonstop. You dig?
Right.
Dig? So just keep putting your bid in, man. Don't fall for none of that. Cause sound like she might be on that fake feminist bullshit.
She is. She actually said she was a feminist. She doesn't like the word female for some reason. I don't know why.
Nigga.
Yeah.
I would kind of avoid her, dude. With chicks like that, I would kind of avoid her because you start campaigning and she start talking about you harassing her or some shit like that. I would kind of charge her to the game. By the way, is this her? By the way, hold on, right here.
Yo soy la pequeña diosa del caño.
All right, but like I said, man, charge her to the game and keep it pushing, man. Thanks for the call. All right. Man, these girls are so confused. Many of these girls are so confused. Man. But yeah, I want my dude Shadi to call up, man, and let us know what's going on with him. I ain't talked to my dude in a minute, man. You still in here, Shy? And Shy D, you know L.A. Snow, right? Out there, he's out there in Atlanta too. You know L.A. Snow? Yeah, the number is 818-550-5404. We in here deep. How many people up in here tonight? We in here deep. I feel like now I gotta bump some of my Shy D shit now. I'm gonna just bump my Shy D shit all night. And I gotta be tough. I want Shy D to call back up. Call on up. What's up, Baddie Sketch? Oh yeah, that's my dude, man. Shy D, Snow called in a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, Snow called up a few weeks ago. Shy, did you ever work with Tony Mercedes when he was down there? Because Tony Mercedes, that's my dude too. He's a real good dude. Tony is out here now, but I know he did a lot of stuff with bass artists down in Atlanta. Let me see. What's up? Who's calling?
Yo, what's up, man? It's Geeky Goon, man. What's up, man? You want to talk to me, man? What's up?
Okay, this nigga right here. Hold on. All right, Geeky Goon. Now, what was that bullshit you're talking in the room, man?
No, I just said, like we should concentrate more of our focus into talking about how we're going to get this paper, instead of complaining, because every second we spend talking about racism and stuff, that's not helping us at all. We need to focus on how we're going to get this paper. Actionable steps in getting this paper, like I emailed you about.
Okay.
And when you emailed me back and told me, basically F me, you know what I mean?
I probably said, I don't know what I said. You probably said some dumb shit that made me say F you. But we're talking now. But we're talking now. So, right. So, it ain't racism ain't the problem. We need to focus on paper. All right. We need to focus on paper, correct?
Yeah. So, so this is my thing, Tariq, right? You called me a coon. I just came home. I did a bit. I went to HBCU. I got locked in my senior year. I did a little bit, 3 years, right? I came home. Since then, I became chief engineer at my job. I'm into programming, and I could build stuff that could change the world, bro. I tried to contact you about big business ideas. I built a crowdfunding site for other black people to raise money. It was blackcrowdfund.com. Remember that? And I emailed you, and I'm like, yo, let's help other black people that want to make movies.
But brother, wait a minute, wait a minute, brother.
I said,
bro, now you just see how now you can't. Now you're not being taken seriously. You see now, your brother, you just kind of babbling on, and you're not really having a conversation. See, when it's time to talk, when it's time to talk serious, you see when it's time to talk seriously, when it comes time to talk seriously, dudes start getting on that goofy shit. Because right now you're just babbling, dude.
It's goofy because you say it's goofy, though, right?
It's goofy because you're babbling, dude. It's goofy because you're babbling. You ain't making no sense.
When you say it's trolling, but trolling to you is I have
you ain't, brother. You still have not made no sense right now, brother. You still talking,
all right, well, let me
and you're not making no sense, bruh.
I'm not making sense. What did I say? I didn't make no sense.
Because you just keep babbling on, and you're not really having a conversation.
Right. And I'm sure you got
wait, brother. I got you on hold. All right? You're on hold right now. You're not going to babble. You're not going to babble. All right? Let's just calm that down real quick. All right. All right. Hello? Let me see if he's... hold on. Okay. He can call back up, but I put him on hold for a minute because I'm not letting this nigga just call up and babble. I'm not letting you call up and babble, Geeky Goon. See, when it comes to talking some real serious talk, dudes get real goofy all of a sudden. Dudes start getting on that goofy shit. Why is my... Hold on. Hold on 1 second, man. Hold on 1 second. Because I got... My page is freezing. I don't know what's going on with this shit. Hold on 1 second. Y'all give me a second. Y'all just give me a damn second. Hold on 1 second. New folder finder. Okay. Because my folder thing kind of froze up. Let me get back on Skype. Because goofy nigga shit just makes the whole computer freeze up. Everything just froze up for no reason. All right. I had to log back onto my Skype. That nigga's fuckery just made my computer freeze. All right. And you see he tried to promote his bum-ass website. You see that? Nigga tried to promote his bullshit website. What's up? Who's calling?
Yo, what up, Flex?
What's up? Shy D. What's going on with you, player?
Chilling, man. How you doing, man?
I'm cool in the gang, man. You still out in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, I'm still out here.
Yes, indeed. So, Shy, man, let everybody know, man, how you got down. You were one of the first people that I know of, as far as hip-hop artists, who came out of Atlanta. Was anybody, as far as hip-hop, coming out nationally before you?
Well, they had this one guy. He was local. You know what I'm saying? he was just really in the hood, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have no distribution, but he did make a record though, you know what I'm saying? He went by the name of Mojo.
Mojo, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, but you went down to how'd you hook up with the people at Foresight Records? Because I knew those cats out there in Fort Lauderdale. It was MCADE and his dad owned the label, right?
Yeah. What it was this lady named Vanessa Lopez. She used to work for the company.
Okay.
And they had a concert up here in Atlanta. That's back when all that Roxanne stuff was going on.
Right.
And basically, I was like the opening act for them. And the lady came to me. She's like, yo, you was kind of tight. What's the name of your joint? I was like, yo, I ain't got no record. I'm just the opening act.
Yeah.
So she went back and talked to Billy Hines, ADE dad.
Right.
And 2 weeks later, man, they put me on a Greyhound, and I came down there and did my first record.
Oh, wow. And did y'all record it at, like, they had a studio. It was like at a mall. Remember that?
Yeah. Man, what, Lauderdale Mall?
Yeah. The record label in the studio was at the mall. And, yeah, man, that was the first joint we remember. What was the name of the first record?
My joint?
Yeah, the first record.
It was called Rap Would Never Die.
Rap Would Never Die. And after that, you hooked up with Luke. Now, how'd you hook up with Luke?
I did a show with 2 Live when I was on Foresight Records, and my man Fresh Kid Ice, the Chinese dude, 2 Live, he came over to me. He was like, yo, man, Luke like your style. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you know, Luke looking for artists, and he like your style, man. So he sent me over here to talk to you. So I told him, basically, I was still in my contract with Foresight. By the time I get finished with Foresight, we could definitely do some business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And,
so that's how I ended up over there.
Okay. Because you did your first album with Luke, right?
Yeah, the Gotta Be Tough album.
Yeah. And how was it working with Luke, man? Was Luke cool? Because, you know, there's a lot of stories about Luke, but some people say Luke was jerking cats. Some people said Luke was fair. So it just really depended on who you asked. So
yeah, well, basically, I mean, I just got to be honest. He was jerking people, you know, because I don't know if you remember the lawsuit I put in against him. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that.
I put in a lawsuit against him, and they awarded me $2 million.
I remember that. I thought, for some reason, I thought it was the Joey Boy people who had to pay off the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, it was Luke, believe it or not.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, when did Joy Boy, because from what I understand, they got the whole catalog of Luke records, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And including yours or what?
Nah, that's Little Joe that got the catalog.
Okay, there we go. There you go. I'm getting my names mixed up.
Yeah, Little Joe, believe it or not, was Luke's attorney at the time, who my lawyer was fighting against with the lawsuit.
Oh, wow. So Little Joe ended up getting the whole Luke Skywalker Records catalog.
Yeah, he got everybody except my stuff, believe it or not. You know, my stuff was awarded back to me, so I own 100% of my publishing and everything, my masters and everything.
Oh, man. That is cool in the game, man. And that's rare for an artist, for that to happen with an artist, man, to get their stuff back like that. Man.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I put that joint out on iTunes. I put the Gotta Be Tough album back out.
Yes, indeed.
And the Coming Correct in 88 album back out.
Yes, indeed. You still work with DJ Toomp?
Well, you know, Toomp is a big-time producer now. I don't know if you've been keeping up with him, man. He done tracks for Jay-Z, Kanye West.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
2 Chainz. Yeah, Toomp is the bomb, man. Now, he's a little too big for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I would think y'all would hopefully still keep in touch and everything like that.
Oh, yeah, we, because I don't know, have you checked out the joint VH1 did on Atlanta? They just did a joint maybe about 5 or 6 months ago on Atlanta. It was called, like, The Rise of the 30 South Atlanta. And they got me in that joint. They got Toomp. They got Raheem the Dream, Kilo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, has that come out yet?
Yeah, it's been out for a minute. They show it every once in a while. VH1 put it out.
Okay, I got to.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you who backed it. Ludacris and his manager Saka Zulu.
Yeah,
they put up the money for it.
Oh, that's cool in the game. Okay, I think that's the thing.
Yep.
Snow, ain't Snow in that one too? LA Snow is in that?
Yeah, Snow in that joint too.
Okay, yeah, he was telling me about. That's the one he was talking about. Okay, that's cool in the game. Now, Child, I was overseas somewhere and I heard Shake It. I'm trying to see where I was. But I was at a club. I don't know if I was in France or somewhere, but I heard Shaking in a club. So do you ever go overseas to do shows?
Well, believe it or not, I had my passport, but I had gotten some trouble, so I had to go away for a couple of years.
Uh-oh.
So when I got back, I never really redid my, passport. So I need to do it because I get a lot of calls from over there.
Yes, indeed.
And, a lot of Twitter stuff. But I, like I said, I never renewed my passport.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. You got to get out there and get back out there in the game, man. Get overseas and get that paper, man, because they appreciate good music, man. No matter how long it's been since it was out, a lot of them overseas, man, can really appreciate hot joints, man. So that's what's happening. You working on any new stuff, bro?
Nah, man, I'm a little too old for that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, I do my DJ thing in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I rock a couple of clubs here in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the little MCing thing, I done got a little too old for that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Where you DJing? Where you DJing at in Atlanta?
I rock a hot spot. It's in Decatur. Matter of fact, it's right down the street from where Walt lives. It's on Gresham Road. It's called Bigelow.
Okay. Bigelow, y'all.
Yeah, and
it sound like a hood spot. Is that one of them hood joints?
Oh yeah, it's a hood spot. Like I say, but it's a hood spot for older people. Yeah. That's what I like about it. Like I say, the crowd is like maybe 35 and up, man, and they be in that joint rocking.
Yes, oh man, I gotta roll with that, man. Shaq, you remember when I came to Atlanta? I met you like it was 94 when I met you, wasn't it around that time?
Yeah, I was just getting home. It was exactly right around that time.
Yes, indeed. Let me tell you something. Shy D, now I just met Shy because a friend named Walt, a mutual friend, introduced us, man. And this is how real Shy is. Because I was producing at the time. I was, from LA. I was out here. And I was working with Tony Mercedes. And I was just doing tracks, and they liked my tracks. But I left all my equipment here. And I remember you let me use your drum machine, and you didn't know me from Adam, dude. And I was about to give you like $800. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was like, yeah, man, let me use your drum machine, man. I was waiting on you to say, hey, give me some money, whatever. But you never said nothing. You just said, just take it and bring it back. You remember that?
Yeah, no doubt.
Dude, that's some real shit right there, brother. That's how real this dude is. This dude let me use his drum machine for like a week and didn't even trip, didn't ask for no paper, nothing. And just say, hey, man, just use it and bring it back when you're ready to bring it back, man. That was some real shit. And I got some good paper off selling my tracks down there, too, man. So I really appreciate that, brother.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, man. Anytime. You know what I'm saying? But I really just want to say something. I've been really checking out your show, man. I mean, you got a real good thing going with this show right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to do what I do. Yes,
I never reached out to you. You know what I'm saying? I was just going to continue just to be a fan. You know what I'm saying? Because I was telling a bunch of people like, yo, this is my man. Y'all need to check him out. He's deep. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people came back here and said, yo, your man is serious. You know what I'm saying? I said, yeah, I be tuning into him all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, your thing, what you got going on, man, is real serious, man, and you got to keep up the good work, man, because you got a lot of people tuned into you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, no doubt, man. Much respect. Shy, email me your phone number, man, so when I get down there, we're hooking up, brother, man. I'm coming to your spot, to the club, the whole shebang, so we got to chop up game when I get down there, brother.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, no doubt, man. Yes, like I say, man, I'm still here. Everything the same, man,
Much respect, man. Thank you for the call, Shy.
All right, man. No doubt, man. Much love to you.
All right, peace. That's my nigga right there, man. That is my dude right there. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I want Geeky Goon's ass to call back up. But yeah, Shy, that was my dude, man. Shy D, real good dude, man. And again, my man helped put Atlanta hip-hop on the map, man. Let's never forget that, man. My man helped put Atlanta hip-hop on the map. You dig? You said, Barbara, you said Flex can't rap to save his life. Well, nigga, I can wrap my mouth around your mama's titties, nigga. I can do that to save my life. I can give your mom a little, a little suckle. Yo, yeah, my man Shy was doing it way before Outkast, dude. Way before Outkast. Yeah, way before Outkast. Shy, he was putting it down. But where's that Geeky Goon asshole? Where's that coon? Yes, indeed. But yeah, cats like that, you know how they be trying to bogart their little bullshit websites, trying to get people to check them out. Cats, the thing is, man, you can promote your website till you blue in the face, but people are going to have to trust your content. They got to trust what you got going on. Now, y'all heard this nigga talking. Do you really trust doing business with a nigga like that? I mean, you heard this coon talking. Do you really trust that? What's up? Who's calling?
Yo, this is Jackson from Chicago. What up, Flex?
What's up, Jackson? How you doing, bro?
I'm cool, man. I just got one quick question for you, bro.
Go ahead.
What with you, you know, your experience in the game, man, what was it about your woman Peanut or just that situation that you saw that made you say, you know what, I'm gonna put up my Mackin card, you know, and get more, you know, on the square level? You know, what was it about that situation?
You know, sometimes you kind of just know when you meet somebody, you just know you're gonna rock with them for a minute. You know what made me like Peanut? It's little shit that kind of makes you rock with a person. When I met Peanut,
yeah,
we went on our first date, and I just saw the movie Nacho Libre. It was a real goofy movie, but it was funny. And me and my daughter saw it, and we would always make little jokes about the movie and little sayings about the movie. But not a lot of people saw the movie. But when I went out with Peanut, she was saying some of the same shit from the movie. So me and her on the first date, we were just saying a whole bunch of shit from Nacho Libre. We were cracking each other up. So I said, me and this chick gonna end up getting married. Just little shit like that. Y'all just click. When you just click with a motherfucker, me and her just click just like that. So we've been rocking just nonstop ever since. So you just know. When you meet somebody, man, and y'all just gotta, you know, y'all get that clicking thing. Because sometimes you meet people, man, and they fine or whatever, but the clicking ain't there.
Right.
Because I've been with motherfuckers who were damn supermodels, and then the energy was so off, I ended up putting their asses out my car. But the clicking thing has to be there. You can't force the click. It's either there or it's not there. And a lot of times we try to force that clicking thing, and that's not where it's at. But you gotta not waste time with motherfuckers that you ain't clicking with. That's the thing. You feel me?
Right.
That's what we do. We waste time with a lot of motherfuckers we ain't clicking with.
Now, look, I know the Mackin blood in your bones, and it was just interesting to me to see how, even with your shows, you will have your girl and your family around, and you still talking, you know, all this Mackin, all this game.
Yeah.
And so how does that work with you still keeping, you know, your chick in line, even though, you know what I'm saying, you still got all this Mackin in your blood?
Well, no, it's just teaching.
Like, how does she, you know, receive all that?
Well, I'm teaching game. I'm just a teacher. You know what I'm saying? I'm just teaching the game. Yeah. And that's it. I'm just like a coach. You know, I'm not out there playing basketball, so to speak. I'm just Phil Jackson macking in the game, basically teaching the new generation how to play the game and how to be thorough and how to get out the game and how to maintain yourself. So it's all about just coaching now. And so you got to know when to coach him. And just like when my man Shadi, he kept it 100. He's like, man, I'm just too old to rap. You know, I'm DJing. So sometimes you got to know when it's time to do certain things. You got to know when it's time to be in the game and be about the game. You dig?
Indeed. Yes, I appreciate you, brother.
Much respect, bro. Yeah, there's a time and place for everything. It's time to, sometimes it's time to upgrade to another level in the game. You dig? Sometimes it's time for you to upgrade. Just like when you see artists, R&B artists who were the shit back in the 90s. Let's go, since we're talking music. If you get an artist who was the shit back in the 90s, let's say Jodeci, for example. Now, Jodeci, they were the shit back in the 90s. And, you know, they're still around doing shows. But the thing is, with people like KC, he's still trying to dance and do shit that he used to do back in the 90s. Like, get on stage and take his shirt off and run around. And nigga, that shit ain't sexy no more. I wish somebody would tell dude. It's very embarrassing to see my dude out there trying to do 1993 shit in 2015. Dude, that ain't clicking no more. You got to put your shirt on. It's time to just stand in one place and sing. Bobby knew. Because it took Bobby a minute to realize that, okay, let me stop taking my clothes off and stand my ass up here and just sing. Yeah, so there's a time and place for you to keep your clothes on, so to speak. You did, yeah, because that's a lot of it is the narcotic too, because a lot of times dudes get on that narcotic, and that narcotic just kind of has you still thinking that it's 1995. And then you come out on stage, you ain't lifted no weights, you got little taco meat, you got beer gut, you on stage, I'm like, ooh, yeah, and people are looking horrified, like, nigga, I didn't pay this money to see this shit. So there's a time and place for everything. You got to upgrade. Yeah, you could flat foot that shit, man. Know when to flat foot it and just sing without doing all that extra shit. Just like, that's why I like Luther. Luther kept that shit flat footed. Luther didn't need none of that shit. Luther didn't do all those riffs and runs. It was just Luther and that mic, and Luther would slay an audience. Yeah, KC, he can still sing. He needs to stop all that running around and all that shit. Taking his clothes off. He really needs to stop that at this point. Because nobody wants to see old motherfuckers take their clothes off. That's just what it is. Don't nobody, brother, don't nobody want to see old motherfuckers running around on stage taking their clothes off. Now, some people, you know, you still work out. Sometimes you got dudes who damn near 50 years old who still, Aaron Hall, he works out. He's on that pipe. He seems like he's on the pipe. Let me not say he's on the pipe. Let me not say that. He comes across as if he's on the pipe. But the brother still looks, you know, the same. Just like Melly Mel, the rapper Melly Mel. Melly Mel is 50-something years old, but that nigga is on swole. So, very few people can get away with that. Even, you know, even Aaron Hall, I would say he needs to chill out on that. LL, okay, pause. But even if you got the body, even if you're a lady and you got the body, I don't really want to see you take your clothes off. Like Patti LaBelle is in good shape, but I don't want to see her on stage in a thong. I don't want to see it. Yeah, there's some older sisters out there who still got it. I don't want to see goddamn Nancy Wilson with her titties out. Somebody needs to tell Aretha Franklin what the fuck is up. Aretha Franklin still goes out with them titties and cleavage out and them arms dangling all over the place. And nobody has sat down and told Aretha Franklin, Aretha, come on, sister, you need to put on a coat. You need to go on stage in a full coat to cover up them arms. Now Tony can get Tony can get away with it. Now Toni Braxton, she can still rock with it. She's still in that age range. She's in MILF status because Tony can get the digness with the quickness. But when Tony gets past 50, she's not quite past 50 yet. I don't think I want to see that. Even Janet, Janet, she can pull it together, but I don't really want to see it on stage. Like when Janet had that titty pop off, it was like, oh, okay, your body's in shape, but you need to put that titty up, Janet. Yeah, I'm not trying to see Gladys Knight's coochie hair. I don't want to see that. So we gotta, you know, there's a time and place for everything. Lisa Ray, she's still fine. Lisa Ray is still holding it. She's still holding it down. But, you know, I'm glad Aaron Hall is doing his thing, you know, because last time, you know, this brother was training pit bulls in zoot suits and shit. But you can keep your clothes on and keep it real Mac-ish, man. What's up? Who's calling?
Yo, man, can you quit with the cool stuff? Please, bro. Please quit with the cool stuff, man. It's Geechee Goon again, man. What's happening?
All right, Geechee Goon. Where are you from, Geechee Goon? Goofy Goon?
I'm from Syracuse, New York, man. I moved to Delaware, you know what I mean, when I was 14. Went to college at
brother,
HBCU,
I don't, this ain't, nigga,
Hornet, you know what I mean? Roommate got murdered. I got locked up for 3 years.
Damn nigga.
Around my white people, you know?
Get your black ass off my phone. Just don't call up no more. Nigga calling up with some Alex Haley story. I don't give a fuck. Nigga just rambling dumb shit. Nigga, get off my phone. You know, volunteering bullshit ass stories out. Nobody want to hear your life story, nigga. Beyond the goon. Nigga, take that shit to your Tinder page. You raggedy bastard. What's up? Who's calling?
Oh, this is Khalid from Los Angeles.
What's your name?
Khalid.
Khalid, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I seen earlier, I didn't know if you seen on Access Hollywood, but it just really rubbed me the wrong way. They had an interview with Omarosa, right? And out of nowhere, out the blue, what they did was they just brought up Bill Cosby allegations out of nowhere. Like, yeah, we know you used to work for him and all of that. And I just thought they don't do that to nobody white. So
Right. Yeah. They, the people at top, they got this whole slander campaign that they've been just waiting to unleash on Cosby. And people will say, well, fuck Cosby. He shouldn't have did this. All right, whatever. But my thing is, just because the person don't like Cosby, don't mean that I'm going to sit up and co-sign white supremacy, because that's all this is. This is systematic white supremacy. And
it kind of looked fishy because it kind of looked like a setup, because she said, oh, I have a gag order signed, so I can't say anything. Good. But boy, if I could.
Oh, man. But hey, man, they are pulling out their guns on Cosby, man. They really trying to wipe him on out. Excuse me, brother. But it is what it is. Thanks for the call, man. Excuse me. Excuse me, fam. They always getting us in front of the camera and trying to be slick. Did y'all see this interview that they did with this sister who ran this daycare? If I could find the file, the link, I would like to play that. There's this, I want to say it was in Atlanta, somewhere in the South, where the cops were after this dude. This dude was on the corner trapping. He saw the cops and he started running. Then he ran into a daycare. He went inside a daycare, and I think they made him leave or whatever. And then the reporter, the news came, and they were talking to the spokesperson for the daycare center. And they were trying to kind of put the daycare center on blast for letting them in. And the sister who ran the daycare, who I don't know if she actually ran the daycare or if she was just a spokesperson for the daycare, but she had a real crisp mouthpiece. She was not letting them trip her up. It was in Memphis. Almond Joe, if you could find that link for me, that'll be great. Because I would like to play that link. Because that was real heavy. Let me see if I can allow links. Let me see. Allow URLs. All right. It was in Memphis. Yeah, she handled that perfectly. Because they were trying to kind of reprimand the daycare center for letting them in. Say, why would you let in strangers? She was like, well, this is a business and we allow people to come in and inquire. We didn't know if he was a customer. We didn't know. So it's our policy. If we got new customers, we did everything we're supposed to do. They were trying to throw them. See, I know it's on my Facebook page, but I don't know how to. Let me see if I can download it. Because, see, that's what they try to do. Whenever there's a black crime, a black person who commits a crime, they try to find different ways to implement other black people. But this sister was sidestepping that shit so smooth. Hold on, let me see if I could download this thing. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, family. And don't forget, man, I'm going to be in London on March 15th, which is in a couple of months. Y'all get your tickets at backtoblackempire.com. The lecture is going to be off the chain. Backtoblackempire.com. Backtoblackempire.com. That is the website to get tickets to join me in London. Even if you're in New York or somewhere in the South, y'all need to fly over there because the game is going to be heavy. So that's backtoblackempire.com. That's where you can go to get tickets to join me. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can download this thing real quick because I want to play this. It's okay. This said you sent an invalid URL. Hold on 1 second. You got your ticket, Solo Sound? That's what's up. Okay, I'm waiting for this commercial to stop playing. Hold on 1 second. Okay, hold on. Now, let's see if this thing works. And speaking of London, I heard somebody hit me up saying that there was a Black Lives Matter Ferguson type of rally over there. They were saying that there was a rally over there in London. And basically, from what I heard, all they were talking about were lesbian and gay issues. They were talking about Palestine. They were talking about everything except white supremacy. And that's the problem. That's the problem. The Real Flex, you got your tickets. That's what's up, brother. But like I said, man, that's a problem. These people, man, from some of these so-called Ferguson groups. Okay. Real Flex, dude, I don't want to ban you, brother. You're going to have to chill out. Okay, it's not, okay. I can't download that video from that website for some reason. Yeah, that video is not letting me download it. I would love to play the video. I can't play it because it's not allowing me to download. If it was on YouTube, if somebody can find it on YouTube, that'd be cool in the game. I don't know when I'm coming to Boston. Delbert, stop playing your shit, man. Stop trolling your website in here, dude. Enjoy your gospel radio show. Nigga, damn your show. Don't come in here trying to promote your gospel show. I'm about to ban you, as a matter of fact, nigga. That's what's happening to you. The spirit got you banned. Oh, the Glozell Green interviewing the president. I saw that, man. That's ridiculous. That Glozell Green chick. Now, this is why, man, we got to start just saying, hey, look, president, we got to have you do some things for black folks. That Glozell Green, man, I cringe when I watch her videos. I can't watch 2 minutes or 2 seconds of that woman's videos. It's so buffoonish. It's so coonish and buffoonish. It's not even funny. Her videos, this is for those who don't know, Glozell Green, and I'm not trying to shit on anybody who makes their money or whatever, but her videos are so buffoonish and coonish, it's not even funny. Basically, this sister, she got these real big, exaggerated lips, and the white supremacists love that. Any black person with these real exaggerated features, any type of stereotypical features, and she puts on this loud lipstick to exaggerate. Her mouth is real big, and she talks and over enunciates. The white supremacists love that type of shit. Yeah, she did like some kind of milk challenge. She put a bathtub full of milk and she was eating the cereal out the bathtub. It's like not even funny, but it's just so, it's the white supremacists like shit like that. She has this loud green lipstick. It's just so embarrassingly coonish, man. It's so coonish. It just makes you just like, when you see it, it's like, okay. It's some real minstrel show type shit. And that's who they allowed to interview the president. Yeah, the ice bucket. Yeah, she did an ice bucket challenge. It was just real. Yeah, she married a brother who's her manager or whatever. But again, when you see people on YouTube, when people start getting like millions of hits and stuff like that, if you're a black person, usually you're doing something kind of coonish. Unfortunately. But like I said, man, that whole Black Lives Matter crew and the Dream Defenders, all of these people, man, it was that George Soros found out that George Soros and other white supremacist organizations, when I say white supremacists, I mean people who want to maintain the status quo. When I say white supremacists, don't start thinking about the Klan and skinheads. No, that ain't what a white supremacist is. But a lot of these so-called Ferguson protesters are supported by major white organizations. And this is why these people come in when we're supposed to be talking about economic black empowerment and the system of white supremacy. They're talking about lesbian issues, Palestine, everything else except white supremacy and black empowerment. And that's a very deliberate thing. Yeah, I will let y'all know when I'm coming to Chicago. Or when tickets go on sale for the Chicago lecture, which should be, the lecture I think is going to be on March 28th. I'll keep you guys posted on that. What's up, EBW? What's my problem with feminism, womanism? I need you to call up, brother. Or sister, whoever you are. I need you to call up. How do you game a female that's a celebrity? I'm tired of regular females. You're trying to be the next Kevin Federline. Hilarious. Yeah, man, they put a lot of fake activists out here to divert the energy. So y'all do not talk about... Okay, good. Let me look at this YouTube video real quick. So when we start talking about economic empowerment or we start talking about white supremacy, they got them right there to divert the energy. Okay, let me download this so I can show y'all this. Hold on one second. One second, family. One damn second. Okay, this is a real janky copy. They could look like they taped that with their damn camera phone. But yeah, but when it comes to these people, man, they go out of their way to not talk about systematic white supremacy or black empowerment. They talk about a whole bunch of intangible nonsense. All right, let me convert this real quick, and then we're going to watch it real quick, fam. Y'all hold on one second. And I'm going to play the video of the daycare lady and how smooth she was answering those questions. I did see that about Eve. Eve made a comment, and I see a lot of celebrities, brothers and sisters, coming out saying some real questionable stuff. You know, Eve, the rapper Eve, very lovely sister. I like Eve, but she's married to a white guy. Nothing wrong with being married to a white person. Nothing wrong at all. But when you start saying certain shit, you get married to a white person and then you just start saying some other shit. She did an interview talking about how her husband tamed her. Like, okay. Okay, Crispy the Tap Dancer's trolling. Okay, a lot of people trolling. Okay, where are my people at? Let me get me, I need somebody to mod this room while I'm chopping it up. Where my regulars? While I'm chopping up game, because I can't look at the screen and talk and look at videos and all that stuff. So I got to get somebody to mod the page, mod the chat room. All right. And let me find this video real quickly. And we're going to talk about this video. But yeah, but Eve, I was talking about Eve, the rapper Eve. She's talking about her dude tamed her. Like, what is that tame shit? You know, you get around white people and white people got to tame you like you're a wild beast. That a black person don't ever say no shit like that. Black people don't ever say no shit like that. Somebody had to tame you and all this stuff as if you were uncivilized. You dig? That's why, you know, the longest marriages are between, the people who last the longest in marriages are between white men and black women. White men and black women, when they get married, their marriages last the longest. That's because when the black females who marry white dudes, they know how to act. They know how to not rock the boat. They know how to be on their P's and Q's, and they go out of their way to make that shit work. You dig? So they go out of their way to make that work. And it's like when black men and women date white people, they start saying some coonish stuff. What's that chick who got on The View, light-skinned black girl, Naya Rivera, or whatever her name is. She's like black and Hispanic or whatever that is. But I know she's got black in her. She's with a white dude, and she was talking about, she got on national TV talking about bathing every day is for white people. She got her ass on, it was one of those shows, I think it was The View. But she got on television talking about bathing every day, taking showers every day. That's some white people stuff. Like, fool. Are you insane? Okay, who is Sean? Who's he talking about? What's this dude? Naya Rivera. What the fuck is she talking about? What Negroes have she been around not bathing? Where you been? Who you been around black folks who ain't bathing? Black people are pretty clean. It was The View. Yeah, I did see that. The dude in Detroit. No, that is not true. No, they don't, Rolls Royce. That's not true. She said that bathing is a white people thing. I'm like, what? Who the fuck has she been around? It sounds like she was not really around black people growing up. So she's regurgitating white supremacist views. Dude, if you know history, do you know that the Moors actually had to go in and teach the Europeans how to bathe? And we're just talking history here. In Europe, do you know bathing was seen as a sin? Do you know... I just left French Polynesia. I was around a lot of people from France. A lot of people from France go over to French Polynesia. And a lot of them, even today, don't really bathe like that. That's why in France, they created a lot of perfume to mask the smell. They didn't really create the Moors brought all that stuff up, but they have an overuse of perfume to mask the scent. Because I was just in French Polynesia a few days ago, and I was around a bunch of French people with must and cologne scent. And I'm not saying this to diss anybody. I'm just talking history and culture. I'm not trying to shit on anybody. I'm just talking history and culture. But the Moors went into Europe and brought in bathhouses and all that stuff. as a matter of, bathing was seen as evil in Europe. And in the French, dude, you go into some of those palaces, you can smell the must. If you go into, like, Versailles, there's a beautiful palace in France called the Palace of Versailles. Beautiful palace. But when you walk in the rooms, in the curtains, you can smell funk and cologne all over the palace. You smell ancient funk. The curtains still had that musty smell because a lot of them wouldn't bathe. One of the kings, I want to say, is it Henry or Louis? King Louis, one of those kings, either King Louis or King Henry, one of them. He was so nasty because he wouldn't wash his ass and clean his body. He had so much funk and mildew all on his body and his feet. This dude tried to put his shoe on and his toe fell off. One of the French kings. I'm getting my names mixed up. It was either Prince Louis or Prince Henry, one of those princes or kings in France. And I want y'all to look that up. This motherfucker toe fell off from fungus and funk. Was it Louis VIII? It's one of the Louis. There was a lot of Louis. Dude. I'm like, where did she get that from? The Moors brought all that soap and all that up there, man. Yeah, that's where the diseases were coming from. That unsanitary living. It was very unsanitary. So where the fuck is she? I don't think that Naya Rivera has actually been around black people. That's one of those chicks who, she's black but didn't grow up around black folks. So she has, I don't know if she must have the same white supremacist views as the white supremacists. To even say some shit like that on national television. See, my dogs are getting eaten by coyotes. Oh, Peanut saw one the other day when I was, because she couldn't go with me over to Nuka Hiva. She couldn't go with me because, you know, she can't fly now because of the stages in pregnancy. But when I was over there, there were coyotes like staring at our back door. Dude, but I was just over there with a lot of French people. And man, those cats, a lot of them, not all, again, I'm just talking culture, they got that funk smell with a heap of cologne and perfume on them. It smells horrible. And I'm not saying that to diss anybody. I'm not saying that to diss anybody. But culturally, you know, I might smell funny to them too. You know what I'm saying? We smell so clean. You know, I might smell funny. But that shit, they will put cologne over funk like it's nothing. And let me say something, brother, y'all, a lot of brothers, man, because I was in Tahiti too. I was in Tahiti for a day. I was over in Papit, Tahiti, when I left Nuka Hiva. Oh, no, I wasn't. Y'all saw that picture of that girl, that lady over in Tahiti? Because Nuka Hiva, there's only a couple of thousand people there, but there's a lot of people in Tahiti. And a lot of the people in Nuka Hiva are mixed because of the population that's been decimated. The ancient people, you know, they still retained a lot of the Africoid features, and there's still brothers and sisters over there with Africoid features. But if you go to Tahiti, now Tahiti, man, there's a lot of people over there with their Africoid features. And there was a lot of pictures I took and I put on Instagram. There was one sister, and a lot of dudes were like, God damn, that chick was fine as hell. Make sure my wife ain't looking. Nigga. I wish I could show the picture. But yeah, this chick, she's about 20, 21. That sister was fine. She was fine as she was sitting down And you can tell she was fine. She was sitting down and she was fine. And she looked like a cute black female that you would see walking around here in the United States. Because I was going around, I was just chopping up game with everybody, man. Just meeting people, enjoying the brothers and sisters. They were enjoying me. We're just chopping it up, man. But that sister was fine as that. Nigga, Tahiti got some badass women over there, dude. Dude sleep on Tahiti. Because a lot of people, it's far away and it's expensive, so a lot of people don't, if you ain't got no paper, a lot of people just don't go there. Nigga, that sister was fine as hell. And, nigga, y'all should have saw her standing up. Nigga, you should have saw her standing up. I didn't want to be rude and, you know, get a back shot of her. But, nigga, that sister had body like a mug. You dig? And those Tahitian girls are fine as hell, dude. Go to my Instagram. You'll see the picture. You know, no makeup on, nothing. Just fine Tahitian chick just out there chilling. No makeup or nothing. Body banging. I was talking to them about that. I was learning about their economy. And the thing is, most of the people there work in the government sector. Like the French, they were doing experiments on some of the islands as far as the bomb testing. So the government, the French government created a lot of jobs. So a lot of people abandoned their businesses and stuff that they had doing local fishery and all that and just started getting government jobs over there. So that's what I learned about the economy because I was talking to people over there about the paper and what's needed and, you know, because I'm always looking at the paper. I'm always looking at the paper and what can be done and what can be built. One thing I know they need over there, they need like a moped rental business in Tahiti. They need that because I was looking for like mopeds to ride around and they didn't have no moped rental place. And that's one thing I noticed. I'm like, because I look at things, I'm like, what can I set up out here? What could I have set up out here to really get popping? Yeah, the old girl had a tongue ring. And we like, let's take a picture. And she stuck her tongue out. And I put it on Instagram. And my lady immediately hit me up. Like, who is that? Like, oh, that's nobody. Yeah. She put the tongue ring out. I'm like, oh, I'm married. I can't even have this. You know, I had some explaining to do. Yeah, I told my wife, it's not like I told her to do it. You dig? But the old girl was fine, man. I wish y'all could have saw her standing. Nigga, when you see somebody sitting down and they got body, just imagine them standing up. You dig? This was in Tahiti. This was in Tahiti. EBW, how do you know what she was or not? Hell no, I ain't smash. Texas lady asked me, were the men fine? What the fuck I look like? What I look like, Tevin Campbell? How would I know? That's for y'all to judge. But I'm telling y'all, man, they're cooperative, though. The women over there are cool as hell. Tahiti, man, the women are fine and cooperative. And that's just a side thing. Just in case cats want to go over there, you need to be on your business hustle. You need to be on your business game. And it's a good place to visit because, like, Bora Bora, I've been to Bora Bora a few years ago. That's an island right outside the main part of Tahiti. Beautiful spot. Beautiful place. No, some of the people there, they have tattoos, but they're like tribal tattoos. They're real tight. They're real fly. So some of the people there do have tattoos, but they're the tribal tattoos. Yeah, to Tahiti, the flight is 8 hours. It's expensive, too, out there. Stuff is expensive. Because that French money, you know, it's more expensive. But it's on and popping though. Nigga, Bora Bora is like, that's like hands down one of the flyest places I've ever been to. Bora Bora is like a damn paradise, man. That's one of the hands down flyest places I've ever been to. Tahiti. This nigga said, how do I spell Tahiti? Nigga, you don't know how to spell Tahiti? There you go. Tahiti. Dude, I'm telling you. And the thing with those Tahiti, see, a lot of Polynesians, you know, are real thick or whatever. And there's still good-looking women out there. But a lot of them are kind of thick and some of them are kind of short or whatever. But the Tahitian girls are real tall. A lot of those women are like tall. They got a lot of tall women out there. And they're real shapely, man. The women out there are very tall and they got curvaceous bodies. And, man, they got a lot of the Africoid features. So they really slept on, dude. They are slept the hell on. Let's see who we got on the phone. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq, what's up?
What's up, man? Who's this?
This is G Money.
G Money? Where you calling from, G Money?
Toronto.
All right, so what's on your mind, G Money?
Yo, Tariq, I got a quick question for you. All right, I got me a white girl, but she's from France.
Okay.
I met her in Montreal when I moved there.
Okay, what are you black? You black, right?
Yes, straight black. I'm African.
Okay, what part of Africa your people from?
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe. Okay, there you go. So you black dude, African brother, you got your white woman, and what's the deal? How's that working out?
All right. It's cool and all, but like white people don't really see things the way black people see things.
Okay.
So, and like in my culture, we don't just get married to one. We keep stacking. We add a lot more.
Yeah.
So,
but the white woman ain't going for that. White woman ain't going for that. You know it.
But it's not about her.
But you know that white woman ain't going for that because she don't have to go for that. See, a lot of people back in Africa, they go for that because of the economic situation. They need to, you know, they can have wives and a number of co-wives and wife-in-laws and all that because of the economic situation. They need the economic stability if a guy can provide for all of the wives. So they'll be like, okay, he's a man of means, we'll be down with the program. But this French white woman, she don't have to be nobody's wife-in-law. Have you presented the idea to her?
I did, but it's still too early for her to even get the wife spot.
It's too early for her to get the wife spot?
Yeah.
What does
she can't even have the number one spot yet. She's working to get there.
Okay, so what, you got other wives?
I have other girls on the run, but like my question is kind of like in Toronto, like I moved from Montreal. In Montreal, it's easy. Every girl loves me, and it's open season. But in Toronto, for some reason, black girls here, they're on like, they're super gold, like they're spoiled and used to guys dropping mad coin on them. And I'm not feeling it. That's not me. I've never spent money on a girl, and my girl spends a lot of money on me. So,
okay, brother, wait. Okay, what's your question? What's your question?
Okay, my question to you is, how do I get to be pounding these black girls in Toronto without actually having to deal with the nonsense that comes with tricking? Because there's too much tricking out here.
Okay, first of all, man, you got to be honest with your situation. All right? Your situation is not Mackish at all. Basically, you're talking about wives and all that, brother. You're overplaying your card. You ain't nowhere near getting a bunch of wives. First of all, man, basically, you just dirty macking a bunch of chicks who don't know each other. So all that talk about number one spot, wife, and all that, you ain't even nowhere near that shit. You feel me?
I hear you.
Yeah, so let's stop. And let's stop with change your name with G Money. Don't sound like you got too much money, nigga. Just change your name to G Food Stamps or some shit like that more. Because you talking about you don't want to spend no money. So let's change that. There's a lot of shit we're going to change about yourself right now, brother. You got to be very honest about, and I talked about this on my last show. You got to be honest about measuring your game. Measure where you are in the game right now, man. And right now, you just dirty macking. You talking about wives and this white chick. is some chick you trying to cupcake with. Have you even had sex with this woman?
I've lived with her for 2 years.
You lived with her for 2 years. And you talking, okay, and now you dirty macking because now you living off chicks. And
no, I have my own money. I have a great job. I make $90K a year.
Okay, but why are you living with this chick?
Because that's my girl.
But you said she wasn't in the number one spot. How are you living with a motherfucker who ain't in the number one spot? GEBT.
Her apartment, like, she used to live with her cousin, but then, like, because of some visa issue, she couldn't live with her cousin no more, so I had to do stuff for her. So she ended up living with me.
Okay. So now, nigga, you running a flop house. You a flop house Mac. You dig? So you all over the place. So this chick ain't your number one girl, but she's living with you. But you just dirty macking, dude. You ain't even being true to the game. And because you ain't being true to the game is not being true to you. You dig? And you are tricking. You are tricking off money. You just said you don't want to trick off your money, but you're tricking your money off. Every other word you're saying is a contradiction of the next. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, brother, it's time for you to get your shit together.
How do I do that?
Stop bullshitting. You got to stop bullshitting yourself. Stop being delusional. Stop dirty macking. Because all you're doing is dirty macking. You ain't doing nothing fly right now. Everything you're doing is raggedy. You're a fantasy mac right now, man. You're fantasizing about doing certain shit. You dig?
I'm faking the funk? Okay.
You're faking the funk, brother. As a matter of fact, brother, you're putting a monkey wrench in the game. Is this you, brother? And that's his ass right there. Just a life of fakery. Faking in fantasy. An African fake fantasy. Sitting up here, fake cars, fake house, fake wives, fake game, fake limo. Talking about your name is some damn G Money. Nigga, your name is G Wick Voucher. You welfare macking, nigga. G Money. When he said his name was G Money, I already knew some shit was gonna go down with him. It's always a broke motherfucker. What's your name? Daddy Money Stacks. Nigga, sit down. It's always somebody who ain't got shit popping. It's always some motherfucker jet black. A jet black chick. What's your name? I'm Barbie. You ain't nobody's Barbie. Black as hell talking about you Barbie. We always want to be something we ain't. God damn. Motherfuckers always trying to be something they ain't. I ain't getting no dark skins. I'm talking about how certain people, you got dark skinned people who fake the funk. You get light skinned people who fake the funk. Black folks are used to faking the funk. Ain't about nobody getting on somebody dark skin. But you do have dark people talking about there's some damn Barbie with a blonde wig on. That's a problem. Take the blonde wig off if you real dark. Me and my wives, she's in every one spot. Nigga, stop. See, what happens, and let me get on my African brothers. A lot of African brothers, man, they come over and they be doing the dirty macking thing because y'all come over, y'all come to the United States, not all of you, but y'all come to the United States and you come to Canada and then y'all be running game. I had an African partner I used to run with back in L.A. He used to run that whole Prince of Zamunda game on women. they come over here and people find out you're from Africa, and you start telling them that you got all types of diamonds and gold and shit back in Africa, and then you forget to stop telling your lies. You get so caught up in your lies, you forget to stop telling them. Yes, I live in Zimbabwe. I am a son of a prince. I got a mansion. Yes, I live in a mansion. You can be my wife in my mansion. Now, over here, I have a studio apartment. Because they must not know I am living. I must pretend to be poor. They be talking that old Prince Akeem shit. I have to pretend to be a goat herder. So if you see some food stamps come in my name, give them to me. He's on there playing the whole Princess Zamunda role, lying to that white girl. No fake ass nigga. If you see an EBT card, that is part of my disguise. I must really own up to this. I have to pretend to be poor. So, do not throw away my EBT card and it becomes in the mail. He's selling that whole Princess Zamunda shit. Lying to these women. Nigga, don't call up trying to lie to me. I know that this looks like government cheese, but it is not. This is shea butter from my home. I must disguise it and have them put government cheese on the side, but it's really expensive shea butter. That ain't no shea butter, nigga. That's a block of government cheese. Stop lying. Stop lying, nigga. That is government cheese you got. Frontin' ass niggas. Man, if y'all don't stop lying. Y'all African brothers, y'all gotta cut that out, bruh. Man. Oh, they good at telling women they got all types of diamonds and gold and they own all types of, they kings and princes of villages and all that shit. Man. Man. Oh yeah, they get them a white chick, run some game on her. That nigga didn't know how to. He got so lazy with his lies. Yes, she's my. I don't want to put her in the #1 spot. You know, I got other women that I deal with. I don't want to put her in the #1 spot. You know, I am G Money. G Money, stop. What #1 spot? Why are you living with her when she was having problems? You know, nigga, your lies don't even make sense. Well, she lost her apartment, so I let her live in my condominium. Hey, nigga, she's on you. Y'all sharing Section 8, nigga. Stop fronting. Y'all sharing each other's Section 8, nigga. You got a student loan, and you done tricked off your little student loan money, nigga. G Money. Ain't nothing wrong with white chicks. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But the problem is dudes out here just faking the funk. Man. What's up? Who's calling?
This is Gajay calling from Atlanta.
What's your name, brother?
Gajay.
Gajay. How you doing, Gajay?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I just had a question for you.
Go ahead. What's on your mind, brother?
Man, I just moved to Atlanta from the Bay Area. I transferred to Morehouse College.
Yes, indeed.
And I haven't been having no luck with like the Selmanites or like the Clark females. But like the local Atlanta bros, it's just like they extra with it, like they just throwing it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it worked like out here like that, man. Like back in the day, I don't know, you could get set up by a female, but like these local bros is just throwing it. Like, what you think I should do? Try to rack up my pussy points, or should I just be cool with it and, you know what I'm saying, try to find like something good?
Yeah, just be good with it. Just enjoy, you know, the college atmosphere and the whole shebang. You know, don't take them too seriously because Atlanta, you know, it's like, you know, it's a clubbing, partying type of city. So a lot you can't really take dating too seriously down there. But how old are you? Like 20, 21? How old are you?
21.
Yeah, just worry about stacking your paper. You know, getting your degree and figuring out what you're going to do as far as your career. And you just knock off the females, get your swerve in, and focus on stacking your paper because the females are going to be there. That ain't nothing. They're going to be there. Now, sometimes sound like you kind of in cupcake mode. You want to get somebody to kind of hold during Valentine's or some shit.
I mean, not nothing like that, nigga. But like, I'm saying, I want a cool female like to just kick it with when I'm bored and shit like that, like something like that. Like,
right, I feel you.
I guess it is cupcaking. Yeah, I guess something like that.
Okay, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with cupcaking, but those college girls are not the ones to do it with because those girls go down to Atlanta and nigga, they have all types of trains ran on them and all that. So those college girls are not the one. Atlanta college girls are some of the freakiest motherfuckers you ever want to meet. So you get one who's out of college or somebody who ain't in college or whatever, and get down with them. Because the ones that you're trying to get at and who are in college, the train's already being run on them. They up at a Q-Dog's dorm now, getting set out right now as we speak. So get some of those other local females that's already got them a little job somewhere and just kind of chill and kick it and chop it up with them. And, make sure they ain't had a whole bunch of trapping niggas run through them either. You dig? But
so
yeah,
but and I had another quick question too, man.
Yeah.
Like in Atlanta, like I just moved out here, and like all the partners that I kicked. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, like all the partners that I kick it with, man. Like I haven't really met too many people at Morehouse yet. So I used to be picking with my cousins that's out here, and like the first thing they want to do is like go to the strip club, and like in the Bay Area, like a strip club is like a once in a year type thing. Yeah. Like these are going to do this every weekend. Like I know you said you live in Atlanta. What were you doing out here? Like hang out.
Man, I would have fun with it. Yeah, especially if you were a young dude out there, man. I wouldn't go to no strip clubs as a young guy, man, because I could just go to the regular clubs and campaign. Just go into a strip club watching girls pop ass and not leaving home with them. You dig? That ain't shit. The objective of going to a club is to bring somebody home. That was the objective for us, or to meet somebody to bring to the crib later or kick it with. So you need to go to the regular square clubs and just campaign. Get your cards out, get your cards ready, and just campaign heavy until you get elected. That's all you got to do. You feel me?
For sure. Right on, man. Thanks, man. And you got to go easy on us African brothers, too, man.
You African, too? Oh, hell. What part of Africa your family from?
My family's from Liberia.
Okay. All right. Well, nigga, you know some of our brothers, like G Money. Nigga, y'all done came over here and told somebody you own a diamond mine and shit, and you're Desmond Tutu's grandson, and you Nelson Mandela's nephew and all types of shit. Y'all be telling lies like a motherfucker sometimes, bro.
I know, bro. I know.
Thanks for the call, brother. Yes, I am Winnie Mandela's grandson. Yes, my great aunt is Desmond Tutu. My uncle is Desmond Tutu. Yes, I am on tour with Akon. Man. But yeah, if you're a young dude, you don't need to go to the strip joints, man. You don't need to go to the strip joints. If you're a young dude, you don't need to go to the strip joints. Speaking of Hidden Colors, go to hiddencolorsfilm.com to get Hidden Colors 1, 2, and 3 if you don't have it. Hidden Colors 1, 2, and 3. Let me play that video of that sister, that sister who was getting interviewed by the daycare, by the reporter who was trying to trip her up with questions. Watch this.
A suspected drug dealer being chased down by police tries to hide inside a Midtown daycare. Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Merle Purvis.
And I'm Daryl Green. Police tell us that they saw a man selling drugs on Tuesday. When they tried to stop him, he ran into a nearby daycare full of children. 22-year-old Terrell Phillips was arrested for possession of cocaine with intent to sell, criminal trespass, evading arrest, and driving without a seatbelt. Police say that Phillips was trying to hide crack cocaine inside that daycare once he got in there. Luckily, no one was injured, but the incident has some parents questioning the safety procedures at the Academy Child Care where this all happened. Fox 13's Len Ann Wynn spoke to some of those parents.
Now, y'all notice that? Now, see, now nobody's really questioning that, but the news is trying to do that because what they're trying to do, like I said before, if one black person commits a crime, they try to implement or imply or accuse other black people, implicate them into the crime too. So if one person gets in trouble who's black, they try to make every other black person who they encountered somehow guilty too. So that's an old white supremacist trick. So watch the rest.
Hey, and Lynn, what do they have to say to you? They had to be concerned.
Right, Daryl. Well, we did speak to two people picking up children before we were kicked off the property. Both told us they hadn't yet been notified of what had happened. Others we spoke to say the incident has them thinking twice about the daycare they send their kids to.
Not a child was injured, not a parent was injured, not a teacher was injured, no one was injured.
It was a close call for the Academy Child Care when police say a suspected drug dealer carrying crack cocaine barged through the door, trying to hide inside.
Our door was locked, and we keep it locked every day. He came to the door and knocked on the door and rang the doorbell, and we came to the door and said, "How can I help you?"
The daycare's director, Tariq Oliver, says staff opened the door and the man asked to use the restroom when this happened.
And then he pushed his way into our center, and our staff perfectly executed our plan and said, "You can't come in, you can't use our restroom."
Parents and others nearby say hearing the news is alarming.
This is an edited version of what I saw. This ain't what I saw because now they have edited and chopped up stuff and added their own shit to it. So this is different. This is different. I want to get the original video of her where the reporter kept trying to ask her questions. That's the one I want to see. This is something else. But let me continue playing this to see if it shows that. But this is the edited version. I want to see they cleaned it up a little bit and start putting their own bullshit in it. They cleaned this up to not make themselves look bad. Hold on.
I don't think it's okay, but I know everyone that works inside and they all love the children. They would never ever put the children in danger.
And they need to take an additional look at how they're doing things because they have our children, people's children, and they trust the security and for them to keep them secure.
With tragedies like Sandy Hook still on parents' minds, Oliver says they are open to speaking with parents about their security procedures.
We try our best, just like any school, kind of like Sandy Hook's. I think we actually did better than that because he was actually able to get into that building and harm children. And our staff, once again, perfectly executed our safety plan. Perfectly.
Now, we did look into the daycare's history.
I want to see the original one. Oh, yeah, they went and found a coon. They went and found somebody who, that nigga probably ain't got no child in there. They went and purposely found some black person who would say something somewhat negative about the school. They went and found somebody. Because that sister was getting in their ass earlier. Yeah, they made her look defensive. And in the raw video, the dude was like, well, how do you feel about letting a stranger in here? Well, we let people in because people are customers and we have a business and we're running a business, so we let customers in. But, you know, this guy was a criminal. Well, we don't know who's a criminal. We got paying customers, and the sister was just getting it. She wasn't letting the dude trap him. Yeah, she did check him by Sandy Hook. She was like, well, yeah, in Sandy Hook, they're not as thorough as us because we check people and we handle the situation. They didn't handle it in Sandy Hook. People got killed. They didn't like that. They didn't like that. That sister put Sandy Hook on their ass. She mentioned Sandy Hook and basically made their ass look silly. Let me see if I could just play the audio of the sister. because it will not download.
All right, Earl. Well, a suspected drug dealer tries to use a Midtown daycare for cover.
This is just the audio.
Police say Terrell Phillips was selling crack cocaine on Peach Street Tuesday, and they saw him doing it. And he took off. They followed him, and he made a run inside a Midtown daycare center. Trey Paul live at that daycare center with the director this morning. So I can only imagine they must have been wondering what was going on there, Trey.
They are. Terry Oliver's here with us, Ernie. She's going to help us understand what exactly.
Now, can you guys hear this pretty good? Can y'all hear this? Can y'all hear this pretty good? Everything is good? Y'all, if y'all can hear it, let me know. If y'all can hear it good, let me know. Okay, let me play the rest of it.
What happened? How did this guy get into it?
Actually, our door was locked, and we keep it locked every day. He came to the door and knocked on the door and rang the doorbell, and we came to the door and said, "How can I help you?" And he kind of pushed his way in, and we said, "How can I help you?" And he said, "I need to use the restroom."
Was he using the intercom at that point? You asked. So you opened the door for the stranger.
Well, we opened the door for a person who could have been patronizing our business.
Okay. See that reporter tried to be slick? So you open the door for a stranger. See, they're trying to be slick.
Because we're servicing 82 students. We don't know every parent, every grandparent, every mother, every father. So we opened the door and said, "How may I help you?" It is a viable business. And so most businesses open doors and ask questions. How can I help you?
Who made the call to let this guy in that they've never seen before?
Actually, this person who came to our center is could potentially be a client. And so since we are a business, when a potential client, or all of our customers are strangers until we know them, we open the door.
She called him again. See, he tried to be, she was sharp. She was on her game. So how'd you let this stranger, how'd you let this person in you didn't know? And the sister was like, well, shit. We don't know. A lot of folks we don't know if they're potential customers. We don't know anybody until we get to know them. You know, they're all strangers until they become potential customers.
And say, "How may I help you?" Because to you, it's a stranger. To us, it's a potential client. And the cameraman's a stranger today. So if he came to our door, our first question would be, "How can I help you?" Because it's a business.
Does the intercom work? I mean, do you have the ability to say, "How can I help you?" from the outside, and then question and screen the person before you actually let them in?
Absolutely. We do have that option. However, when someone comes to our door, we find it a little bit more welcoming to peek, just barely open the door and say, "How can I help you?" And that's what we did on yesterday. And then he pushed his way into our center, and our staff perfectly executed our plan and said, "You can't come in, you can't use our restroom." Not a child was injured, not a teacher was injured. Our staff was perfect in the execution of our safety plan. And I'm very proud of that.
Let me ask you this. Will things change now? Will you screen the person from the inside and use that intercom now versus letting them in? Will you be a little more apprehensive about letting someone actually come in the door?
This is a viable business, I'll say again. And so we'll welcome customers into our center. We'll execute our safety plan just like we did on yesterday. And we'll continue to say, "How may I help you?" And our prayer is that it will be an exchange like it has been for the last 21 years. We try our best, just like any school, kind of like Sandy Hook's. I think we actually did better than that because he was actually able to get into that building and harm children. And our staff, once again, perfectly executed our...
She shitted on him with that one. That sister shitted on him with that one. She shitted on him with that one. That sister shitted on him with that one right there. Oh, that's how you handle them, with a tight mouthpiece. I love that. She shitted on him with that. She flipped it. Since basically what she's saying, since y'all keep trying to implicate us into this and make us at fault, this ain't, at least we ain't Sandy Hook where people got hurt. And she did it smooth. That's how you got to have a tight mouthpiece when you're dealing with the white supremacists, man.
Safety plan. Perfectly. This is a business. And so we welcome customers, and every customer is a stranger until we get to know them. Absolutely. So we'll review our system, but I actually think our system worked perfectly. Not a child was injured, not a parent was injured, Not a teacher was injured. No one was injured. And we've been here 21 years, and I stand firm on the fact that we executed our safety plan perfectly.
Would it have been perfect if you'd said, how can I help you from the inside versus opening the door and just
listen to this fucking asshole. I hate little condescending. All right, let me
choosing the intercom only and extending to them and being welcoming that way versus opening the door?
I think that could have possibly been another news story, you know, or something with the Better Business Bureau. We're coming into your business or asking to come into your business and to see your business and say, hi, you know, how can I help you? We want to know about your business, and we're talking to them through a door. I'm not sure that's best business practice, but what I do know is best business practice is to have a safety plan in place. We had it in place. To execute a safety plan, it was executed. To keep all of the children safe in our building, they were. To make sure that no adult was injured and no adult.
And that's just this cold with it, because she keeps reiterating everybody was safe. We made sure the plan was executed thoroughly. The teachers were safe, and everything was perfect as planned. This sister is cold with the mouthpiece. And the thing is, this interview was live, so they couldn't edit it yet and put all their little nigga shit in it. They couldn't get a coon right away because this was live. So that's another thing. When they get black folks, they love to get coons on the air. And this was live, so the sister was getting in that ass. She was tackling this brother's fuckery. Hold on.
Or child was. So business is business. This is a viable business for the last 21 years, and every child was safe.
Last question for you. What do you say to the parents who say, this just isn't good enough? I would have preferred to have talked to the person through the door, through the intercom, versus opening the door.
Well, like I said again, that's something that we can consider. We have a very viable parent organization, a PTA. And so I'm expecting those parents to come in and have dialogue with me on how we can make sure that something like this doesn't happen again, that a person gets into our building. But I'm sure that they're pleased. I know they are, because I spoke with every one of them myself, that no child was injured. No adult was injured, that nothing happened to any person that we're responsible to care for. We cared for them. We executed that plan. I can't say that enough about how proud I am. And I'm interested to have dialogue in our city about what will our mayor do about, or whoever, about having a sting operation so close to a child care center, because they were chasing him.
Woo!
So close to a school. And so those are the types of things I'd love to see our city not only have dialogue with child care centers about, but about with our city in general. How are we going to address crime in our city? Because it's not a daycare issue. It's really a crime in our city issue. We executed our plan, executed it well.
This sister find this sister. We got to send her a Illinois Nation donation shit. That sister was killing them. That sister was killing them. That sister was killing. She's like, well, since we're going to talk about responsibility, this ain't a daycare issue. Why they doing stings by a daycare center? Why they having police stings so close to schools? Why don't they start talking about crime instead of daycare? That's how you get down, sister. That's how you get down. That's how you get down. That sister had a mouthpiece on her. Trey Paul, that's the dude answering the question. That little fucking douche. His little slick ass. His little slick ass kept asking those little slick questions. Well, why would you let a stranger in? You feel bad about letting in a stranger? You're letting in people you don't know? Oh, she broke that all the way down. That sister broke that down so smooth, with a smile on her face. That's how you got to do it. She gave him that work with a smile on your face. That's how you do it. You got to give him that work with a smile on your face. Oh, I love that. And because that was live. Now, you saw the video that I put up. They edited that. Now they got a chance to, they got some coons. They went and found a coon and they could edit it and then take little bits and pieces of what she said and then add their shit to it. Oh, they edited the hell out of that video. Oh, they edited the hell out of it because she made that dude look like an asshole. She owned the shit out of him. And that's not, Normally, they love getting a coon on there to let them make a fool out themselves. They love that. And she flipped it on them because it was live TV. And I love that. I love it. She stayed calm and just kept repeating, everybody was safe. We handled it perfectly. We executed our plan. Nobody was hurt. Everything is all right. Yeah, I love that, man. Her name is Terry Oliver. Yeah, the parents want their kids safe, and there was a parent, the first parent, he was like, everything was safe. You know, these people are good, so you know, there was nothing they did wrong. All on the news Facebook page. Oh, good Lord. I can imagine the coons are... And I bet the white supremacists are mad. I need to look at some of these Facebook pages and message boards. Oh, I bet they're mad. Oh, she hit him with that Sandy Hook reference. She hit him. She killed him with that Sandy Hook reference. Nobody was sitting up. You notice that? Nobody was sitting up talking about how come they opened the door at Sandy Hook. You notice that? Nobody's trying to blame the people at Sandy Hook for opening the door and all that shit. But see, we get blamed. One black person does something, the whole community gets blamed for it. White supremacists are very good at that. And y'all miss me with that whole Sandy Hook hoax. Every time a white supremacist does something, all of a sudden it's a hoax. Is the government is involved? It's MK Ultra. Y'all start talking that old Alex Jones shit. Every time, so y'all can miss me with that Sandy Hook hoax stuff, because every time the white supremacists do something, it was the government. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at the My Fox Memphis Facebook page. Let me see. Okay. Trey Paul. Oh, yeah, the white supremacists are mad. Oh, they salty. Yeah, they're salty. I don't know if it's a damn hoax. Maybe it was a crazy motherfucker who just shot the place up. What do you mean it was a hoax? How was it a hoax, Brian? Oh, because Alex Jones told you it was a hoax? Fuck out of here. It's always a hoax. How come ain't no black hoaxes? Whenever black people do crime or accused of doing a crime, it's never a hoax. It's the whole black community. Okay, now, Brian, you're trolling. Exactly. And the folks who say shit like, is it a hoax? They're usually trolling. Just like you, Brian, because now you talking about, you done changed the subject, talking about some other dumb shit. They use crisis actors. I don't know about that. Can we get a damn hoax? We never get no hoaxes. Yeah, Mark Dice, he's another little white supremacist. All of them dudes. Those conspiracy dudes. Don't say so full of shit. And another thing about us with black folks, not only we love falling for those conspiracy theories, but we love forgiving every damn body. Somebody was hitting me up on Twitter earlier because somebody quoted, one of the dudes from the group The Roots did a Gandhi quote. He had quoted something from Gandhi. And then somebody was like, hey, man, you don't need to quote Gandhi. And they put up a picture that I posted of some of his real quotes, showing how much of a racist Gandhi was. Brian, you say you can't be a white supremacist because you're black. But how do we know you're black, though? You're just a motherfucker on the internet. We don't know you're black. But yeah, somebody retweeted a quote that I'd put up about Gandhi, and there was this other dude hit me up, or he sent a tweet to me and the person who retweeted it. He was like, man, Gandhi said those racist things when he was young, and he changed his views, and what did he say? We gotta stop. Let me read the tweet. Let me read the tweet so I don't misquote the dude. Let me read the tweet so I don't misquote the dude. Hold on one second. Let me read this tweet so I don't misquote it. Hold on one second. Let me find it so I don't misquote it. Hold on one second. Because it's very interesting. Where's my damn tweets? 19 hours. Hold on one second. Y'all rock with me for a minute, family. Y'all rock with me for a minute. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay, now I can't find it. Hold on. I guess. Okay, now I can't find the shit. Okay. So, okay, now I can't find the goddamn thing. Damn it. Okay, I can't find it now. But the dude, the dude must have deleted it. Hold on. Hold on one second. Dude might have deleted it. Hold on one second. Because I really want to... He might have deleted it. Yeah, the dude might have deleted it. But my man was saying that we should stop reaching for things and just stop looking for racism or something. He said that Gandhi changed his views. Yeah, he was racist when he was younger. He changed his views. And do I think that Dr. Martin Luther King would have quoted Gandhi if Gandhi was wrong? Some shit like that. And that's another thing, too. People always want to pick and choose Dr. Martin Luther King's quotes and what he does and make that as an example for us to go by. But my thing is this: don't just cherry pick Dr. King shit when it's convenient. Because there's some stuff that I disagreed with Dr. King about. A lot of stuff that I disagreed with. You dig? But don't be like, well, Dr. King said turn the other cheek, and Dr. King followed Gandhi, so it's good, right? So you should be like Dr. King. Well, if we're going to be like Dr. King, let's all be like Dr. King, because Dr. King also said we need reparations. We need a check. So you follow Dr. King, too, and cough up that paper. If we all going to be like Dr. King and you're going to quote him. I don't like when people try to cherry pick Dr. King's work when it's convenient and then try to just make us oblige by it, but you don't. But whether or not Dr. King knew of Gandhi's racist past, because John Henry Clark even said this,